The views and opinions expressed on this program are not necessarily those of this station, JVC Broadcasting Management, or its sponsors.
With so many people living longer, the fear of outliving your money becomes a reality for many of us. Will I be a financial burden? Will I outlive my money? How will I be remembered? My name is Neil Himmelstein, president of Main Street Planning Group. Please contact me by visiting mainstreetplanninggroup.com. That's mainstreetplanninggroup.com, or call 631-647-4694. I will introduce you to strategies that will guarantee you will not outlive your money, that can guarantee you will not be a burden on your loved ones. Through a collaborative approach, we will uncover solutions that offer tax-efficient strategies, lifetime income, and legacy planning, choice, organization, direction, and education. That is the code we stand behind. Contact mainstreetplanninggroup.com. That's mainstreetplanninggroup.com, or call 631-647-4694. And listen to me every Friday at 3 p.m. as I host the Main Street Code for Financial Success, right here on 103.9 LI News Radio. Good afternoon. Welcome to the Main Street Code for Financial Success. I'm your host, Neil Himmelstein. I'm here every Friday at 3 o'clock. If you miss an episode, you can always catch me on Apple or Spotify, or visit me at themainstreetcode.com for past episodes. We are here to help you. The code stands for choice, organization, direction, and education. We help hundreds of advisors across the United States and individuals with their financial plans with regards to life insurance, disability, long-term care, annuities, and life settlements. And we are completely independent. We work with 30 different insurance companies. We give you clear, independent advice all the time. And Happy New Year, everybody. As it's a new year, people are thinking about health and wealth. I'm here to help you with the wealth side. I can't help you on the health side. I'm not a doctor, but I can help you on the financial side. And part of our code, when we talk about organization, is probably the biggest thing that you can do to start out. And what I would do is gather all my statements, gather my checking account, my savings account, look at where all your spending is going, look at where your savings are. If you're not saving money, one of the things I notice is you look over your checking account or your savings account, and you'll see that you're paying $30 for this prescription and $20 for that subscription. I said prescription, but I meant subscription. There's a lot of fat in what you're spending, and you might want to look at that and say, hey, am I using this service? Am I using that service? Is cable costing me too much? Should I go satellite? Should I do this? Should I do that? These little moves add up to a lot of money at the end of the month, and a lot of money to your take home. So organize all your statements, organize everything, all your investment accounts, put everything out there. Now, it's a lot to do. I understand. It's a lot to get your stuff together and put a plan together, and you probably feel overwhelmed. I know I always feel overwhelmed. So my thing that I do with my top clients, what they've done for years, is they gather all their stuff, they don't look at it, and they bring it into me, and we sit down, we talk about it, and say, hey, let's look at everything, and let me help you go through it. And whether it's your investments, your this, your life insurance, your protection, have somebody else to look through your stuff and say, hey, let's really help you with a plan. Not you having to worry about you building your own plan, but use somebody like myself who can sit down and say, hey, is my protection in order? Is everything in order? Organization is key. Let us help you with that. That's the big thing. You want to list all your income sources, all your expenses. You want to look at credit cards. You want to look at your car payments. You want to look at your debts and say, hey, am I paying too high an interest rate for my car? Maybe I bought it when interest rates were high from a dealership or whatever, which, by the way, they always had a point or two in there. And maybe I can refinance my car loan and save myself $100, $200 a month. Maybe I can redo my cable and save myself. All of a sudden, you have an extra $1,000 a month What are you going to do with that? Well, we can help you there. And I think, and look at your protection. Can I use that to protect my assets better with more insurance? Can I use it to invest? Can I use it both ways? These are the kind of things. You want to set up, if you don't have an emergency fund, you need to have an emergency fund. You need to have anywhere from 2 to 6 months just in case something happens. You want to pay off one card. If you have a couple credit cards, pay off one of them. Just pay one of them, okay? And that increases what you're doing. It'll make you feel better. Let me get that one burden off my chest and then work on the rest. So that's kind of things. A real life budget. Budgets are good and you need to do it, but you also need to see not only how much I'm spending, but where am I spending my money? And, you can look over your credit card and say, hey, you go out to dinner 4 times a week. Maybe you cook food a couple times a week and not go out. That's killing you financially. If you're struggling at all, there's a lot of little things you can do that'll make your life easier. And at the end of the day, put more money away for yourself. Everybody tells you, pay yourself first. It's the first thing. Pay yourself first. But if you're not paying yourself first, you will never get ahead. You have to put money away for yourself and look at your habits and try and help. Not being overly, but I'm not trying to be critical, and don't be critical on yourself. And again, if it's overwhelming, bring everything in and let's go through it, and then step by step we can address different areas. You want to set goals, but again, at least coming in and sitting down will help you rather than, I got to do all this myself. So rely on other people. If you have a business or something else, and we're going to talk about this after the break, there's specific things that you might want to do as well. Part of it is you can't do everything yourself. You got to, whether you need a business coach, whether you need help with finances, there's always outside help available to you to help get you to the next step. Doesn't necessarily, maybe you're the best contractor in the world, or you're the best doctor in the world. If you can't communicate to your patients, then you're not a good doctor in people's eyes. It's just, if you don't have bedside manner, you can't. If I call a contractor up, a plumber or electrician or whatever, and I don't get a phone call back, then I'm not going to use that contract. They could be the best contractor in the world, but if they don't call me back, they're dead. So service is key. So these are ways you can build your business without spending money, just calling people back. I mean, we got to be people again. Saving for yourself and planning for yourself is step one. Reset your whole foundation. That's what the beginning of the year is. It's, this is going on in my life. That's going on. I got to prepare for a wedding. I got to prepare for this. I got to prepare for childbirth. Whatever it is, you have to do a reset. And this is the perfect time of year to reset it. It's frustrating. January is always a tough month. Why? Because we went through the holidays, we spent all this money on gifts, and we did this, and then all of a sudden the bills start coming in. And you go, now what? So don't be stressed. You're going to be a little stressed if you didn't plan properly. But don't freak out. Sit down and let's say, hey, let's figure this out. And don't do it by yourself. Rely on others to help you. So one of the things that we do is we help put you in that direction, and then we help you put a team together if you don't have an accountant. Many accountants today, God bless them, they're so busy, but some just prepare tax returns and some are planners. There's a difference. Some CPAs, and I recommend you use a CPA, are actual planners, and some, I don't want to pick on H&R Block or something. All they do is your tax return, see you next year. So you may need help with your tax planning, and you want to have a good CPA, and you want to have one that works with us or works with your team. You have to put a team together. whether it's your insurance side, your investment guy, they all got to be working in sync so that all your goals can be met. So that's part of our whole process: choice, organization, direction, and education. That's what the code is, and that's what we're all about. And now is the time to do it. We have a lot of people that have booked appointments at the beginning of the year because of the radio show. So my time is limited, but I always have time for you. And I encourage you to give me a call, 631-647-4694. You're listening to Neil Himmelstein, the Main Street Code for Financial Success. I encourage you to give me a call. Let's sit down, make an appointment, and figure this out. We'll be right back after the break. Thank you. Welcome back to the Main Street Code for Financial Success. I'm your host, Neil Himmelstein. Again, I can be reached at 631-647-4694. At the beginning of the show, it's the new year, and we talked about getting organized and getting all your statements together. And if you have an issue, give us a call and let us help you. We'll sit down, no charge. Sit down, help you get organized. Listen, what's my end goal? If I can save you money and you can have more money for yourself, I will teach you how now to protect your money so that your rest of your generation, so you can live and have enough money to not outlive your lifestyle, so you can have it forever and your future generations can have it and protect it. My expertise is protection. That's what I do. I'm going to help you protect it with the products I have and the services I can provide with insurance and everything else. But a lot of it comes with, I don't have the money to afford this, I don't have the money to do this. Well, let me help you show you where you may have the money to do all those things you want to do and you want to save behind. I also want to spend some time on this segment specifically talking about if you're a business owner, even if you work for people, you have a lot more moving parts in your life than if you don't. If you have your own business. So if you want to do more business and you want to make more money, you want to have more sales, one of the things that you can be looking at is being more present to people. What we're finding is there's an over-reliance on AI and everything else, and it's hurting us. It's hurting our jobs, it's hurting our futures, and there's this over-reliance on the internet and everything else. And the difference in running your business, like my business, is you. And the services you provide is the big difference. It's a people. We have to remember we're all in the people business. Again, whether you're a doctor, as I said before the break, a contractor, or an insurance salesman, an attorney, we're all in the people business. And the minute we forget that, AI will take us over and we will no longer have a job. Just think about that. The minute we forget that we're not in a people business and we're relying on the computer to make all our thoughts for us, or ChatGPT or anything else, that's when we lose. We have to remember. Now, one of the things I said before the break, the most frustrating thing in my life, and probably everybody, is I want to ask a doctor a question. And I call the doctor's office. Give me a call back. Okay? I need a plumber. The plumber doesn't call me back. I'm going to call another plumber. So if you're worried about having more sales in your business, just get back to people. It's very simple. Pick up the phone. Say, hey, I can't make it today. I can make it Thursday. Fine. I got some communication. Don't knock me out of the communication. We have this problem with doctor's offices too. Okay, we got a question. You don't get a call back? Well, that doesn't make them a bad doctor. It makes them a bad communicator. And when we start relying on computers to communicate, that's where we lose. And that's where businesses are failing. So one of the biggest ways to increase your business is service. The second way to increase your business, if you're looking to increase your business, is tell people what your differentiation factors are. What differentiates you from everybody else? And that's part of marketing. Why would I use this plumber and not that plumber? Now, you could tell me you're a better plumber, you could do great work, and word of mouth is wonderful. However, if you're losing to the competition, why are you losing to the competition? Because maybe you're not calling them back on the phone, or maybe you're not marketing yourself and telling people, and this is where you can use social media, but when using social media, you have to tell people why you are the best, why you have referrals, why am I going to use you as a plumber or an insurance salesman or something else. Think about that. And if you're looking to acquire a business or you're looking to sell your business, you need to be out there talking to people in your industry so you know what's going on, and maybe you can form relationships that way. You know, too many people in my business today are being told, go on the internet, sell off the internet, do everything, but go out and see people. I mean, this is a people business. You have to talk to people if you want to increase your business. And as a business owner, it's very difficult to do sales, marketing, managing, payroll, this. Should I hire more people? Should I do this? Get experts to help you. Sometimes the expertise is right there in front of you. And it's not something you necessarily have to pay for tremendously, but get experts to help you do something. For instance, I do a ton of emails. I do the radio show. I do a ton of marketing, but I hired a marketing team to get all this information out. I don't want to be bogged down doing emails. So I hired somebody, just do that. I don't have them as an employee. I used to have an employee. I used to say, oh, send this email, do this, do that, do that. No, I have a separate service that just does that. You know what? You could talk about outsourcing, everything else, some things you want to do in-house, but some things that you may not be good at or time-consuming that don't make you the most money, you're spending time on, which is another thing you want to analyze as a business. What products or services are you making money on, and which ones aren't you? Focus on the ones you're making money on, and also focus on your strengths, not your weaknesses. Make sense? If you're good at something, focus on it, advertise it, talk about it. That's my area of expertise. Not the thing that you might want to do because somebody else is making money doing something else. I see this going on all the time with attorneys. There are some attorneys that are specialists in estate planning and elder law. Some attorneys are specialists in real estate law. Some attorneys are specialists on other types of law. And then there's those attorneys who say, I can do everything. And those are the ones that are good for some things, but not good for specific areas that you need protection. There are a million financial advisors out there or claim to be financial advisors. Most of them today that are in the investment world are worried about accumulating assets under management. All they want to know about is how much money you got in retirement, and this and that, and can I manage it and make my fee? That's their concern, and they don't think about the life insurance protection that you need, or the long-term care protection that you need, or your next generation. That's my difference. And I talk to investment advisors all day long because they leave that on the table. And the problem is, if you don't plan properly, you could make millions of dollars and then at the end of the day, give it all to the government. And if you like the government, that's great. Let them spend it any way they want, not the way you want it, not the way you want to protect your family, or not the way you want to protect your business. And if you have a business and you're looking to buy another business, or you're looking to grow your business, does your business have a will? A will. Do you have a succession plan? This is important stuff. Does it have a will? What happens to you once you build this business up and something happens to you and you become disabled? What happens to your business if you're not there to run it? Well, that's where we come in. and help you with some type of insurance planning. What happens if you pass away? Are your children going to run your business? Is your wife going to run your business? Do they have your expertise to run your business? Do they know what your business is all about? What happens to the value of their business? I can tell you millions and millions of people, dentists, doctors, they have no plan, and guess what? Their kids aren't doctors or anything else, so their whole practice is worth nothing after they pass. This whole thing you've built up your whole life is worth nothing? No, that's where we come in and help you insure it and protect it. You've been listening to the Main Street Code for Financial Success. This is what we do. We're here to help you. Okay? Free consultation. We're happy to sit down, discuss your personal situation or your business situation at any time. We're happy to help you find individuals to help you in different areas that maybe we're not experts in. And that's what we do. So listen, Happy New Year, everybody. It's going to be a great year. Have a wonderful day. Thank you. Again, if you want to get a hold of me, 631-647-4694. Happy New Year, everybody.
The views and opinions expressed on this program are not necessarily those of this station, JVC Broadcasting Management, or its sponsors.